Hello everyone. So I hope you all are doing well. And to start off with the very first video of this channel, which I have named a bookworm because I think that I like to read a lot and lot many books. I used to do them. I used to read a lot of these books before, but then कुछ बीच में हो गया something and like here and there some situation turns up and then you end up not reading them on a regular basis, but from 2024 I have decided to read them on a regular basis. So with each coming video, I will try to bring in some good books for you to read, so that if you are also sharing the same passion that I also share about reading books, so if you also share that, it will be very interesting for us to have timely videos where I can bring you new books or books that you should read or you would like to read. And I will try to cover a range of topics within these books. It will not just be any particular topic. It will be mostly non-fiction. It can be sometimes fiction as well, fantasy as well. But I will try to cover good books in each and every coming video in the future. So to start off this channel with, the very first video that I'm going to make on this channel is going to be about this massive literature. I'm sure some of you knows about this book, War and Peace, written by Leo Tolstoy, and I've just recently finished this book. And बहुत ही बहुत ही डीप बुक है ये, बहुत ही बड़ी, बहुत ही डीप बुक है। दिखने में इतनी मोटी नहीं है जितनी, मतलब ऐसी इतनी मोटी बुक्स दूसरी भी दिखी जाती है, बट this size is of 1200 pages. And can you even believe it's a 1200 pages of one book which is written by Leo Tolstoy? So this book is written by Leo Tolstoy, and Leo Tolstoy himself was born in an aristocratic family in Russia. So he was born in 1828 and he was alive till 1909. Yeah, and he published this book, War and Peace, in 1869. So he had also written some other books such as Confessions of Leo Tolstoy, and then there is Anna Karenina. There is a movie also in Hollywood, in based on Anna Karenina. If you know Keira Knightley from Pirates of the Caribbean, she is there in that movie. So Leo Tolstoy did not himself consider War and Peace to be a true novel. He told in one of in few of his interviews that he has told that he has written it out of sheer writing. He was not thinking it through. But if I consider myself going through this particular book, I felt that he has thought about so many things, like so many things. He has thought about history, he has thought about philosophy, he has thought about fiction. So when we read some book, it's either fiction or it's uh, either per, either dedicated to some philosophy or it's dedicated to some particular idea. But this book is not just about one thing, it's about all of those things. It is a proper amalgamation of history during the Napoleonic Wars in 1800, yeah, and the philosophy that Tolstoy brings about the world of war and the world that comes post-war, which is the world of peace. And then there is a lot of fiction in this book. There are so many characters in this book. So what he has tried to do is he has created a combination of these three things, and he wanted to basically to my understanding, he wanted to basically give an idea about what war toils brings upon human societies, like what sort of toils war bring on human societies, and what are those repercussions that occur because of war, and what are those effects of war on the societies. So to address all of these, and how basically war shapes into a big thing, like why do they even happen and why do people follow like leaders such as back in the 1800s Napoleon used to be a big thing, right? We all know. So why people followed Napoleon blindly into wars, and they were basically going to kill themselves or to kill others. But how come, what sort of qualities a leader might possess that led to so many of people following him blindly into the war zone, right? And what sort of power that a person yields, what sort of free will uh, people may or may not have. All of these aspects are covered in this book. Yeah, so this book is based on literary realism. So to explain literary realism, it basically means that using historical anecdotes and combining them into a fictional story, so to address a particular agenda, right? So Tolstoy used this particular idea of using historical setting of Napoleonic Wars, the attack of Napoleon on Russia during the years from 1805 to 1813, and post which the French army, which also uh, went back away from Russia, so to leave it on its own. So these were the years of historical time during the Napoleonic Wars, and Tolstoy combined them with some fiction, like some fictional characters, and he has explored the emotions, the significance of all those characters very, very, very deeply. There are so many characters. I would like to take names of three particular characters. One of them is Pierre Bezukov. So, who is son of Count Bezukov? He is an illegitimate son of Count Bezukov. And if you'll read this book, you will go through a lot of introspective and meditative, uh, like enchantment that this particular character goes through. Then there is this girl called Natasha Rostov who is like in her teens and who is trying to explore her love lives and who is very jolly, but then it's all about her love life with several characters, I must say. And the third character is Prince Balkonsky, Andrew Balkonsky, who is like a mature, fully grown man who is in his 30s, who recently lost his wife, and now he has a son also, but he also has to go to the war-torn Russia. He has to be a part of the Russian support or the Russian cause towards like checking the French armies which are trying to attack Russia again and again, and to like so he also goes through a lot of emotional and self introspective turmoil during his war years, during his personal life back in Moscow and St. Petersburg. So to it's a very deep analysis of these three characters, along with there are so many other characters, along with what actually happened 200 years back in Russia during the attack of the great Napoleon, and the analysis that Tolstoy gives at the end of this book in the last 100 pages, why war leads, why what are the reasons that people follow leaders blindly into the war zones, and how any particular leader wields power from the people, and the concept of free will, the concept of causal events, and how that supports the powerful person to attack lands far, far away from their homeland. So it's a very beautiful analysis of this history and philosophy, and then the fiction which is there in this book. I loved it. I really loved it. And this was my very first book of Leo Tolstoy, and I'm hoping to read more from this great uh, writer, I would say. And so this book is also considered a greatest novel of all time, right? So I think it is a greatest novel of all time. I don't know why Tolstoy did not consider it like that, but I would want to read more of his work, such as Anna Karenina, in the future. And if you really feel like you want to read uh, such kind of amalgamation of fiction and non-fiction, so I'll really recommend for going and reading this book. Be aware that you will need a lot of time to read this. The language is not easy. The language is quite complicated. If you are into period dramas, if you have watched any period dramas on Amazon Prime or Netflix, or if you like uh, any historical anecdotes, you will take interest in this particular book, and I can vouch for that. You will take a lot of interest in this book if you have those sort of inclinations. And let me know if in the comment section if you if you are going to read, or if you are going to uh, read and then give your own analysis. So with that particular uh, point, I will end up this video. I hope I will be able to deliver more and more videos on several new books that I'm going to read that are in my lineup, and I will give you a good like good summary of the books that I go through. So thank you for watching this video. If you like it, do share and subscribe, and uh, do share the channel among your friends and your family. Thank you.